Hello everyone. I decided to try something different. And I'm not saying, yo, get down on yourself about your imperfections, but I am saying maybe have a little bit of a giggle about certain things. So, I was 27 years old when I learned how to pronounce the word abominable. And that's kind of the only way I can. I had spent years on it and just never quite got it. And just in general not doing very, very well. And there's a couple words that I will probably not ever quite get, but have a lot of fun with, because I've realized over time that it's kind of funny. And, you know, everyone has their own accent, everyone has their own way of talking, and that makes them them. And you don't want to lose that. So anyway, the way that I pronounce abominable is that I was taught to think of a very explosive steer. Basically, a bomb in a bull. And I was 27. There's one word that, as much as I try, I end up giving people a really, really bad impression. I might be talking about a movie that is psychological horror. I'm meaning something else, and it either sounds like I should be adding a comma. It's psychological horror, which is not what I want to give. That's horrible. That's terrible. So the word horror, horror, is a bit complicated for me, and I really feel bad for all the people that I have confused. Which is odd, because I can, after a lot of speech therapy over the years, even though I have a really bad ear because the bone in this ear is kind of messed up and my conductive hearing is gosh awful, sorry, I do my best, and I've done speech therapy, and I did it for 15 years through from as a little baby child all the way through my senior year of high school, just learning how to communicate. And they actually were telling my parents, you know, just she shouldn't be using hand gestures, because that totally worked out well, and I never talk with my hands, ever. And I totally can speak without using my hands, so tying them behind my back as a joke is not going to affect anything, and it's totally not a family habit. Not at all. But we're here to discuss horror, and I am doing my best to pronounce it properly. If I can hit both sets of R's in the words February and library, granted, it sounds rather awkward, I should be able to say horror without sounding a bit like a car that's trying to rev up but isn't quite getting there, because that's what it feels like to me, because I'm basically trying to growl out the last R. So that's my fun, and of course, sometimes certain things, people are telling me often that I don't quite sound like I come from my geographical area, because we have some rather pronounced ways that we pronounce things, although that's slowly going down. Also, I was in our geographical area, we get Sesame Street in 2 languages due to the border between us and Canada. So we had the American English Sesame Street, and then we had the French Canadian Sesame Street, you know, un, deux, trois. And it's gotten me in a weird bit of trouble, like going down south, for example, and ordering a drink at a Burger King got me something very, very weird. And basically, this does sound really bad considering how I pronounce horror. And I am trying to pronounce the second R, and it's not working, and I apologize. Sorry. And apparently I am not pronouncing southern properly, or southerner. But anyway, so I'm there, and apparently the way to ask for a soda or a pop, or even a soda pop, is to say, this is the size of Coke I want, Coca-Cola. And then they will say, okay, what kind of Coke would you like? And you would, being it's Burger King, I think they're Pepsi products. So you would say, well, I'd like a Dr. Pepper, and so on and so forth. Well, I was unaware of certain things, like the fact that some accents that are a bit thick will give you a bit of a... Some people talk a bit like Boomhauer from King of the Hill, which means that I'm sorry, can you repeat that? And so on and so forth. So you want a large cock. I'm making this face of confusion because I'm thinking of roosters, because I was young and wasn't paying attention. And so I'm thinking, well, I mean, I don't necessarily want a large rooster. I mean, what am I supposed to do with him? Am I supposed to make him a pet? I mean, I guess walking a large rooster around would be kind of cool. All right, well, whatever. And everyone else has caught the other connotation of the word cock and is kind of looking at my face and going... And later on, I finally figured things out, and I was no longer angry that they were laughing at me, although, okay. And then there's, actually in my hometown, we had a southern immigrant transplant who asked me if I wanted a sock after grabbing some things at the gas station, like, probably a soda and a gallon of milk. And I was very confused, and once again everyone had to translate, because her accent was so thick that the word sack came out as sock. And being that I don't like socks, I think I blustered through, oh gosh, no, I don't really want a sock, but thank you. And why are they giving out socks as a promotional method? So I occasionally sound a bit clipped. I occasionally find that I sound a bit mushy because my everything kind of blends together. Or I end up having a very embarrassing moment where I actually have to ask someone, I apologize, did you mean to say? Because, hello, that's embarrassing. But it's funny later, like many things. Oh, well, it wasn't funny in the moment. I'm actually kind of annoyed. But now it's funny. And so on and so forth. So, what in your life has been an annoyance to you, but later on became something that you giggle at? And there's a lot of things. Because that can actually help in times where it's exhausting and tough and you're not sure when it's going to get better. Also, I'm wearing this because I'm missing my friend Jen, and she made this for me, and I don't know how to do an infinity scarf, but I'm thinking of Jen and loving what is essentially my wearable baby blanket and loving every single second of it. It's very toasty, and I love wearing it with my red coat. So thank you, Jen. I know I sent you a thank you card when you made it, but thank you. Anyway, so what is it that gives you trouble? And what is it that sure, it's embarrassing, it's frustrating, and everything else, but now it's extremely funny. And pop it down in the comments, enjoy yourselves, and take good care. Love you.